Noah's world shatters when Emma's cold list of his flaws cuts deeper than a knife. In their Miami condo, her words spark a fire he can't ignore. But Noah isn't the type to break, he's the type to build. When whispers of betrayal surface, he crafts a plan that's sharp, legal, and relentless. Will Emma face the consequences of her choices, or will Noah's calculated revenge redefine their love? Noah scrubbed the last plate in their Miami condo's kitchen. The faucets hummed steady as the evening news droned from the living room. He stacked the dish to dry, methodical like he'd been coding all day. At 32, he thrived on precision. Software engineer by trade, problem solver by instinct. The night felt routine until Emma's voice sliced through, sharp and deliberate. "Your job's safe, Noah, but it's going nowhere," she said, leaning against the counter, her phone glowing in her hand. No preamble, no argument, just a statement, cold as a server crash. He froze, sponge in hand, water dripping onto the counter. Emma, 30, an influencer with a knack for turning moments into viral posts, didn't look up. "Your style's basic," she continued, scrolling. "You plan everything like it's a spreadsheet. Even your laugh's too loud." Each word landed like a bug report, clinical and numbered. Noah's pulse quickened, but he kept his face neutral, rinsing the sponge. He'd led teams through deadlines tighter than this. He could handle a critique. But her tone wasn't feedback, it was a verdict. She swiped her phone, eyes locked on the screen. "I compare you to guys like Ryan, who's launching his startup next month. He's exciting." The name, Ryan, hit like a stray line of code that didn't belong. Noah set the sponge down, hands steady despite the churn in his gut. He didn't know Ryan, but the way Emma said his name carried weight, like a secret she'd meant to keep longer. "Exciting how?" Noah asked, voice low, testing the waters. Emma's fingers paused, her lips twitching into a half smile. "He takes risks. Life's big. You're just predictable." She stepped closer, her phone now dark, her gaze pinning him. Noah's mind raced, piecing together fragments. Her late nights, working, her sudden trips to brand events. He didn't flinch, though. Flinching hands leverage to someone looking for a reaction. Instead, he dried his hands, folded the towel, and met her eyes. "Anything else?" he asked, calm as a commit log. She didn't expect that. Her shoulders stiffened, but she pushed forward. "You don't command a room, Noah. You're not the guy people notice." The word stung, but Noah's years debugging code had taught him to spot patterns. This wasn't about his job or his laugh. It was a script, rehearsed, meant to push him into a corner. He leaned against the sink, letting silence stretch. Emma's confidence wavered, her fingers tapping the counter. "I'm just being honest," she added, softer now, like she'd overshot and knew it. Noah's phone buzzed on the counter, a work notification, ignored. He saw Emma glance at it, her expression shifting, like she'd been interrupted. "Honest," he repeated, testing the word. "Is that what this is?" Her eyes narrowed, but she didn't answer. The kitchen clock ticked, marking seconds Noah used to think. He could argue, list his wins, his team's app hitting 10,000 downloads, the promotion he'd earned last week. But that's what she wanted, a debate she could steer. He chose another path. "I'm heading to the office early tomorrow," he said, turning off the faucet. "We'll talk later." Emma's mouth opened, but no words came. Noah walked past her, grabbing his keys, his steps deliberate. He didn't need to raise his voice to shift the room's gravity. In the hallway, he paused, hearing her phone buzz again. 3 quick pings, like messages she didn't want him to see. He didn't turn back. The front door clicked shut behind him as he stepped into the humid Miami night. Outside, the city pulsed. Neon lights, distant music, the ocean's faint roar. Noah walked to his car, a paid-off Honda that Emma once called embarrassingly practical. He slid into the driver's seat, the dashboard glowing as he started the engine. Instead of driving home, he headed to a 24-hour coffee shop, a spot where coders and freelancers haunted the late hours. He ordered a black coffee, opened his laptop, and started digging. Emma's social media was public, her stories a curated stream of brunches and brand deals. But Noah wasn't looking for posts. He wanted data. He checked her recent tags, cross-referencing names. Ryan's profile popped up, startup CEO, all charisma, his feed a mix of yacht parties and TED Talk clips. Noah's jaw tightened as he found a photo from a brand event Emma attended last month. Her arm around Ryan, their smiles too close. He screenshotted it, time-stamped it, and saved it to a private folder. Then he checked her phone's cloud backups, a trick he'd learned securing company servers. There was a text thread with Ryan, flirty emojis, a mention of a weekend in the Keys. Noah's coffee went cold. He didn't feel anger, just clarity. Back at the condo, Emma was asleep, her phone charging on a nightstand. Noah didn't touch it. He sat on the couch, laptop open, drafting an email to Mia, a lawyer friend who'd handled clean divorces. Need advice on protecting assets, he typed. Discreetly. He hit send, then open a calendar. He set a 48-hour deadline for Emma to own her actions, book a counseling session, admit the affair, or face a separation plan he'd already started mapping. Noah didn't sleep. He coded until dawn, his fingers steady, his mind sharper than it had been in months. Noah woke before dawn, the condo silent except for the hum of his laptop fan. He'd spent the night cross-referencing Emma's digital trail, more texts with Ryan, a hotel booking confirmation, and a cryptic email about a brand collab that felt too personal. His coffee was cold, but his focus was sharp. At 32, Noah knew how to debug a problem, whether it was code or a marriage. He saved every piece of evidence to an encrypted drive, then drafted a timeline. 48 hours for Emma to act, or he'd execute his plan. At 7 a.m., he sent a second email to Mia, his lawyer friend, requesting a consult to lock down his finances. He attached a list of shared accounts, bank, streaming, utilities, and flagged discretionary spending for review. Then he texted his brother, Ethan, updating his emergency contact and sharing a vague heads up. Things might change soon. I'll explain later. Ethan replied with a quick, got your back. Noah pocketed his phone, grabbed his gym bag, and left for his morning routine, the one Emma mocked as predictable. Each deadlift grounded him. Each rep a reminder he controlled what he carried. Back at the condo, Emma was at the kitchen island, posting a sunrise story caption chasing vibes. She glanced up as Noah entered, her smile rehearsed. You're up early, she said, stirring her coffee. Noah set a folder beside her phone, printouts of her texts with Ryan, the hotel booking, and a single-sheet ultimatum. Book a counseling session by tomorrow night, or he'd start separating their lives. Read it, he said, voice even. We talk when you do. Emma's fingers froze mid-swipe. She opened the folder, her eyes scanning the evidence, then flicked to Noah. You went through my phone? She asked, her tone sharp but unsteady. You left your cloud open, Noah replied, pouring coffee. I didn't guess your password. I followed your carelessness. Her jaw tightened, but she didn't deny it. Instead, she pushed the folder away. This is controlling, Noah. You're blowing it out of proportion. He sipped his coffee, unmoved. You've got 48 hours. Counseling or consequences. Choose. She stood, phone in hand, and stormed to the balcony. Noah heard her typing furiously, likely texting Ryan or her group chat. He didn't follow. Instead, he logged into their joint accounts, transferring half their savings to his personal one and freezing shared credit cards. Mia called, confirming a meeting for tomorrow to draft a separation agreement if needed. Keep it clean, she advised. No drama, just documents. Noah agreed, then booked a storage unit for his furniture, anticipating a move. At work, Noah led a sprint review, his team unaware of the storm in his personal life. His app's latest update was trending, earning him a nod from his boss for a bonus. He redirected the praise to his team, then checked his phone. Emma had posted a vague story about trust issues, fishing for sympathy. Noah ignored it and emailed the counselor, securing a slot for tomorrow evening. He sent Emma the link with a note. Book this or we're done talking. No response came. That night, Emma tried a new tactic. She cooked dinner, grilled salmon, his favorite, and set the table with candles. Noah sat, wary but curious. I don't want to fight, she said, pouring wine. Can't we just talk? He cut into the fish, noting her avoidance of the folder still on the counter. Talking's fine after you book the appointment, he said. Her smile faltered. You're so rigid, she snapped, dropping the charm. Ryan doesn't make everything a checklist. Noah set his fork down. Ryan's not your husband. I am. For now. She flinched, then pivoted to tears. I'm stressed, Noah. The influencer game's brutal. Ryan's just fun. Noah pushed his plate away. Fun doesn't justify betrayal. You've got 36 hours left. He stood, cleared his dish, and moved to the guest room, locking the door. His phone buzzed. Ethan checking in. You okay? Noah replied, handling it. Thanks. He opened his laptop, researching apartments near Miami's tech hub. One caught his eye, a loft with good light, a short commute. He scheduled a tour for tomorrow. Emma knocked, her voice soft. Can we talk now? Noah didn't open the door. Book the session, Emma. That's the conversation. Silence followed, then footsteps retreating. He heard her on the phone, voice low, likely with Ryan. Noah didn't eavesdrop. He didn't need to. His evidence was enough, and his boundary was set. He drafted a move-out checklist. Movers, utilities, address change. Each task locked in his resolve. He wasn't breaking. He was building a life that didn't bend to someone else's script. By morning, Emma hadn't booked the session. Noah checked the counselor's portal. No confirmation. He texted her a reminder. 24 hours left. At work, he finalized a project milestone, earning another round of praise. A coworker, Lila, noticed his focus. You're killing it, she said. Noah nodded, keeping his personal life offline. Back home, Emma was out, another brand event. Noah used the time to pack his books and tools, labeling boxes with a marker. The condo felt less like theirs with every item he claimed. His phone pinged, a message from Emma's friend, Sarah. I saw her with Ryan last night. I am sorry, Noah. You don't deserve this. Noah thanked her, saving the text as more evidence. He called Mia, updating her on Emma's inaction. Start the paperwork, he said. I'm ready. Mia promised drafts by tomorrow. Noah hung up, then checked his watch. The clock was ticking, and he wasn't waiting for Emma to catch up. Noah woke to the buzz of his phone alarm, the 24-hour mark of his ultimatum looming. He checked the counselor's portal again. No booking from Emma. The Miami condo was quiet, her absence a loud signal she'd spend another night out, likely with Ryan. Noah didn't dwell. He showered, brewed coffee, and reviewed Mia's email, a draft separation agreement, ready if Emma missed the deadline. He confirmed the attorney meeting for 6 p.m., then headed to the gym, his focus a steel thread through the chaos. At the gym, Noah powered through pull-ups, each rep sharpening his clarity. A text from Sarah, Emma's friend, popped up. She's at Ryan's. I warned her you know. Noah replied, appreciate it. I'm handling it. He saved the message, adding it to his evidence file. Back at the condo, he found Emma's purse on the counter, her keys beside it. She'd returned while he was out. He slid the ultimatum folder to the center of the island, a pen on top, and waited. Emma emerged from the bedroom, phone in hand, eyes darting to the folder. You're still on this? She asked, voice tight, deflecting. Noah leaned against the counter, arms crossed. 12 hours left. Book the session, admit what you did, or I move forward. She scoffed, opening her phone, but her fingers hesitated. Ryan's just a friend, she said, testing him. Noah pulled up the hotel booking screenshot on his phone and set it beside the folder. Friends don't book weekend getaways. Time's running out. Her posture stiffened, but she didn't touch the folder. Instead, she pivoted, posting a story about toxic expectations, the subtext aimed at him. Noah didn't bite. He packed his laptop and left for work, where his team was prepping for a major app update demo. He led the meeting with precision, deflecting questions about his personal life. A coworker, Javier, lingered after, sensing tension. You good, man? Noah nodded. Just closing a project. Javier clapped his shoulder and left it at that. During lunch, Noah toured the downtown loft he'd eyed, a compact space with high windows and a view of Miami's skyline. He signed the lease on the spot, securing a move-in date in 10 days. The landlord handed him keys, and Noah felt a weight lift, his next chapter tangible. Back at the office, Mia texted, paperwork's ready. Bring any new evidence tonight. Noah forwarded Sarah's latest message and the hotel screenshot, then focused on his demo, which earned a client's praise and a contract extension. Emma texted as he left work. Can we talk before you do anything rash? Noah replied, talk scheduled if you book the session. 6 hours left. He drove to Mia's office, the separation agreement, now a stack of printed pages. Mia walked him through it. Assets split evenly, no alimony, a clause for mutual non-disclosure to keep things civil. You're calm for someone in this spot, she noted. Noah shrugged. Clarity's my default. He signed a retainer, locking in her services. At home, Emma was pacing the kitchen, the folder untouched. You're really doing this? She asked, voice cracking. Noah set his keys down. You're not. That's why I am. He opened his laptop, showing the lease confirmation and a moving truck booked for next week. Her eyes widened, but she doubled down. Ryan's a mistake, okay? I'll delete his number. Noah shook his head. Mistakes don't get 48 hours to fix. You got that to own it. Deadline's at 9 p.m. She tried guilt next, tears brimming. I built a brand, Noah. The pressure's insane. You don't get it. He closed his laptop. I get loyalty. You chose attention. The clock hit 8:30 p.m. Noah checked the counselor's portal one last time. Still no booking. He texted Ethan, moving forward. We'll call tomorrow. Ethan replied, proud of you. Emma's phone buzzed. Ryan's name flashed. She silenced it, but Noah saw. You're still choosing him, he said, voice flat. I'm choosing me. At 9 p.m., the deadline passed. Noah opened his email, sending Mia the go-ahead to file the agreement. He moved to the guest room, packed another box, his vinyl records, a gift from his dad, and taped it shut. Emma knocked, her voice softer now. I booked the session. Check your email. Noah did. A confirmation for tomorrow, 7 p.m. He looked at her, unimpressed. Too late. You had your window. We can use that session for closure, not promises. Her face fell, but she didn't argue. Noah slept lightly, his phone set to wake him early. At 5 a.m., he emailed his boss, requesting a day off to handle personal logistics. Then he called the moving company, advancing the truck to tomorrow. Emma was still asleep when he left for coffee with Sarah, who'd offered to help pack. Over lattes, she apologized again. I should have called her out sooner, she said. Noah waved it off. You spoke up. That's enough. He bought her coffee, a small thank you for her honesty. Back at the condo, Noah labeled more boxes, books, gym gear, a framed print from a trip he took alone. Emma watched from the doorway, silent. He didn't pause. Every box was a step toward a life that didn't require her approval. By noon, he confirmed the storage unit and scheduled utility transfers. The condo's lease was in his name. He'd let Emma stay until she found her own place. Fair, not generous. The clock ticked toward the counselor's session, but Noah already knew its purpose. Not to fix, but to finalize. Noah loaded the last box into the moving truck parked outside the Miami condo, the morning sun glaring off the windshield. His phone showed 6:45 p.m. 15 minutes until the counseling session Emma had booked too late. He'd agreed to attend for closure, not reconciliation. The truck's driver handed him a receipt. Noah signed it, then drove to the counselor's office, a nondescript building near downtown. He parked his Honda, checked his email. Mia had filed the separation papers, and stepped inside. Emma was already in the waiting room, scrolling her phone, her posture stiff. She looked up, eyes searching for a crack in Noah's resolve. He nodded, neutral, and followed her into the session. The counselor, a woman named Dr. Lena, opened with ground rules. Honesty, no interruptions. Noah laid out his terms. Asset division, no contact post-move, mutual respect in public. Emma shifted, then admitted her affair with Ryan, her voice low but clear. I got caught up in his world, she said. I disrespected you, Noah. He acknowledged her words with a nod, unmoved. Respect's not a one-time fix, he said. We're here to end this cleanly. Dr. Lena asked about reconciliation. Noah shook his head. I offered a path. She didn't take it. Emma's eyes welled, but she didn't argue. They agreed on logistics. Emma kept the condo lease until she moved. Noah took his furniture, and they'd split shared savings via direct transfer. The session ended at 8 p.m. Noah left first, his steps light, the air outside sharp with ocean salt. Emma lingered, but he didn't look back. The next day, Noah moved into his downtown loft, the space bare except for his desk and a mattress. He unpacked his grandfather's toolbox, setting it by the window, a reminder of work that endures. At his job, he led a client pitch, landing a six-figure contract. His team toasted with takeout tacos. Noah smiled, his first real one in days. A text from Ethan popped up. New place pics? Noah sent a shot of the toolbox, captioned, starting fresh. Ethan replied, looks like you. Emma's social media shifted overnight. Her usual posts, brunches, beach selfies, vanished, replaced by a cryptic quote about learning from mistakes. Comments piled up, some supportive, others probing. Noah didn't check them. He muted her accounts, focusing on his own rhythm. Gym at 6 and code by 8, vendor calls by noon. Mia emailed a confirmation. The separation filing was processed, court date pending. Noah scheduled a final walkthrough of the condo to retrieve his last items. At the condo, Emma was packing her own boxes, her movements slow. "I ended it with Ryan," she said, unprompted, as Noah collected his vinyls. He paused, a record in hand. "That's your choice. Doesn't change mine." She nodded, her phone silent for once. A gossip blog post pinged Noah's inbox, forwarded by Sarah. Miami influencers love triangle drama. It named Emma and Ryan, detailing their fling. Noah deleted it without reading further. He didn't need public validation. His evidence had done its job. Back at the loft, Noah set up his internet, tested the locks, and ordered groceries for one. His phone buzzed. A message from Lila, his co-worker. "Team's planning a happy hour. You in?" He joined them at a Bayside bar, sipping soda, while Javier shared a story about a botched app launch. Noah laughed, the sound unforced, his mind free of Emma's critiques. Lila leaned in. "You seem lighter." Noah shrugged. "Just drop some dead code." Emma's brand took a hit. A sponsor dropped her, citing reputational concerns. Sarah texted Noah. "She's spiraling. Keeps asking about you." He replied, "Wish her well, but I'm out." He blocked Sarah's number to avoid the loop. At work, Noah mentored a junior coder, teaching her to debug efficiently. She thanked him with a coffee, and he realized he was building something new. Trust, not just code. Noah's new routine solidified. Morning runs along the coast, evenings tweaking open-source projects. He donated a box of old books to a library, keeping only what fit his space. Mia called. The court had approved the separation. No contest. Noah signed the final papers at her office, then walked to a food truck, ordering empanadas. The vendor recognized him from a tech meetup and comped the meal. Noah tipped double, grateful for small connections. Emma reached out via email, a formal request to split their photo archive. Noah agreed, sending her digital copies and keeping the originals. He found one image, a candid of him fixing a server at 2 a.m., taken by a colleague, and pinned it to his fridge. It wasn't flashy, but it was his. That night, he slept without checking his phone, the loft quiet except for the hum of a fan. His life was lean, deliberate, and his own. Noah jogged along Miami's coastline at dawn, the rhythm of his steps syncing with the waves. His loft, now a week settled, held only essentials: desk, bed, toolbox, each item a choice, not a default. At 32, he'd rebuilt his life after Emma's betrayal, prioritizing clarity over chaos. His phone buzzed with a work alert. His Teams app hit 50,000 downloads, earning a company-wide shout-out. He texted his brother, Ethan, a quick update. "App's killing it. Life's good." Ethan replied, "You earned it." At the office, Noah prepped for a pitch to a new client, a startup needing a secure payment system. He delegated tasks to his team, trusting their skills, then presented the proposal with precision, landing the deal by noon. His boss offered a raise. Noah accepted, redirecting half to a savings account for a future he'd shape alone. He declined a team lunch to meet Mia, his lawyer, at a downtown cafe. She slid over the final divorce papers. "No contest, clean split," she said. Noah signed, the pen steady, then paid for her coffee. Back at the loft, he scanned the last shared photos with Emma, emailing her copies as agreed. One image, a snapshot of him debugging code at a hackathon, stayed on his drive. He printed it, tacking it beside his grandfather's toolbox. His phone pinged, a message from Javier inviting him to a tech meetup. Noah joined, sharing a beer with coders discussing open-source trends. A recruiter approached, offering a lead role at a rival firm. Noah declined politely. He valued his team's stability over a flashier title. Emma's online presence faded. Her latest post, a sponsored ad, drew tepid likes. 2 more brands cut ties, citing her distraction. Sarah emailed Noah, breaking her silence. "Emma's moving to L. Thinks it's a fresh start." Noah didn't reply. He'd wished her well in the counseling session, closing that door. Instead, he booked a weekend hike with Ethan, craving time away from screens. He packed a backpack, double-checking supplies, his habits as methodical as his code. At the office, Noah mentored his junior coder, Lila, on a tricky algorithm. She nailed it, crediting his patience. He shrugged, handing her a USB drive with backup files. "Always plan for crashes," he said. After work, he stopped by a food truck festival, grabbing a taco and chatting with a vendor about Miami's tech scene. The vendor, A former coder swapped stories about late-night bug fixes. Noah paid, leaving a tip, then walked home under a sky streaked with pink. Emma's final email arrived that evening, formal and brief. She'd signed the divorce papers and vacated the condo. She included a forwarded lease termination notice and a request to split one last utility bill. Noah wired his half, then blocked her email, severing the final link. He opened his laptop, tweaking a personal project, an app for tracking fitness goals, testing on his phone. It ran smoothly, a small win. He saved the code, then shut down for the night. The next morning, Noah ran a 5K charity race, raising funds for a local coding boot camp. He crossed the finish line, high-fiving Lila, who'd joined his team. A text from Ethan waited. "Mom wants you over for dinner Sunday." Noah confirmed, then volunteered at the boot camp, teaching kids basic Python. Their excitement reminded him why he loved his work, building systems that worked, not just shown. He left with the kid's doodled thank you note, pinning it to his fridge. Emma's name surfaced once more via a mutual friend's text. She'd lost her biggest sponsor and was rebranding an L, and Noah didn't respond. He drove to Ethan's for dinner, bringing a bottle of wine. Their mom hugged him, asking no questions about Emma. Over lasagna, Ethan shared plans for a fishing trip. Noah agreed to join, scheduling it around a work deadline. The table buzzed with easy talk, no shadows of his old life lingering. On Monday, Noah led a team retrospective, praising Lila's algorithm fix. She grinned, tossing him a coffee voucher as thanks. He used it at the cafe where he'd signed the divorce papers, now a regular spot. A stranger, noticing his laptop's open-source sticker, struck up a conversation about Linux. Noah shared a tip, then walked home, the city's pulse steady around him. His phone stayed quiet, no urgent texts, no drama. That night, he cooked a simple stir-fry, ate at his desk, and opened a book on system architecture. A notification popped up. His fitness app had 100 beta testers, all giving positive feedback. He smiled, tweaking a feature before bed. The loft's silence felt full, not empty. Noah set his alarm for another coastal run, locked his door, and slept deeply, his life a clean build, no bugs in sight.